What do you say to the haters who say Big Ben's best days are behind him?
I think one, if you know Ben, you'll know that he's gonna come back. He's gonna be doing his best to come back better than he was before. He is older, and it might take some time for him to heal up, but I have all the faith in the world that he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back stronger, gonna come back faster, gonna come back leaner, come back meaner, and he's a competitor. You know what I'm saying? And he lost a year of doing what he loves, so he's definitely gonna come back with a chip on his shoulder and ready to just go out there and make plays. And I'm excited about it because, just going up against him in practice and, seeing him on the field, I know I'm gonna become better from it, and it's gonna be a whole lot of fun.
Minkah, thank you for being on the show. My question to you would be this. I know you're looking forward to this upcoming season in terms of getting your quarterback back.
Yeah.
But how about the season itself? As a player and players you talk to, can you talk about the mindset that y'all are having right now in terms of the possibility? We're not hearing about the cancellation or the suspension of an NFL season, but what we are hearing is about the possibility of you guys not playing in front of fans or potentially having a compromised season in that regard. Could you talk to us about what your thoughts are in regards to all of that?
Right now what we just got to do is stay in shape. Just keep training and when we can or however we can. I got a nice little setup in the garage, and I know some guys, all they could do right now is just run on the street. So all we're doing is just trying to stay in as best shape as we can so that when we come back, we're not looking crazy. But in regards to us playing without fans or having a compromised season, the NFL hasn't said anything to us about that. But honestly, as long as I'm playing football, I'm fine. There don't have to be no fans in the bleachers or anything like that. But as long as I'm out there playing with my teammates and playing with my brothers, I'm gonna be happy. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I feel like it'll be a little bit more personal if there's nobody in the stands. It might be a little weird at first, but it's definitely gonna be a little bit more personal because it's just you and the other team out there. So all the competitors are gonna come out.
Minkah, not only have I rarely, if ever, heard Nick Saban rave about a player the way he raved about you, but the Steelers traded a first-round pick for you. Obviously, you're a first-round pick caliber player, but what that really means is they have to pay you sooner than they'd have to pay the player, and with a hard cap, that's saying a lot. What are your so like the league, and then you go 8-8 without a quarterback, and it kind of tipped the scales once you got to Pittsburgh. What are your goals for yourself as a player with your career right now?
With my career right now, I would say just keep growing. You know what I'm saying? Every single year, I want to get better and better. Every single year, I want to, top what I did the past year. I think I grew a whole lot from my first year to my second year. And now I'm just going to continue to try to grow again from my second to third year. Honestly, personal goals for this year, I think, definitely trying to do the All-Pro, first team All-Pro, definitely Pro Bowl again. Definitely lead, in DBs in at least 3-4 categories. And, honestly, I'm going to try and compete for that Defensive Player of the Year. Last year I had a pretty good run at it. And then, towards the end of the season, the team stopped throwing at me and whatnot. So kind of affected my stats. But I think next year, we're going to have different type of system or just more people on the field that they can't choose to not throw at me. So I definitely be able to make more plays and consistently, and not just in spurts. So definitely going to be keep competing for that Defensive Player of the Year, and as well as the Pro Bowl and All Pro.
Defensive Player of the Year, get it. I like it. Minkah, you talked about this upcoming season. You're no longer going to have to go through Tom Brady with the Patriots and the AFC. I'm sure that has to be a relief, but I wanted to get your thoughts on that news. What was your reaction when you heard after 20 years he's leaving and heading to Tampa?
I wasn't surprised. I think I think Tom is a competitor, and I think he kind of just wanted to prove that he could go somewhere else and do it. You know what I'm saying? He's a competitor. He's one of the best, or probably the best, to do what he does. And I think he just wanted to prove, not just to himself, but to the fan base and to the world that he could go somewhere without the great coaching, without the great defense that the Patriots had, and still had the same success.
You know, Minkah, when people talk about, when they were talking about Tom Brady and his willingness to go elsewhere, there were some former NFL players, NFL aficionados on the air literally saying he should go to the NFC because you don't want any parts of Patrick Mahomes, that Patrick Mahomes should instill that level of intimidation in respective opponents. Well, last time I checked, the quarterback ain't playing defense. Guys like you are. So what is it like to have to go against Patrick Mahomes? And do you believe that football players who say that are justified in saying that Patrick Mahomes himself should instill fear in a lot of opponents in the National Football League? Your thoughts?
I will say this: I'm a grown man, and I prepare very, very diligently in what I do. So I don't really fear anybody out there on the field. But you know, there are some guys that you come across, you know, like, hey, this is a good player, or he's a unique type player. And I could say that about Patrick Mahomes. You know, I think preparing for him, you'll have to prepare for things that you're just not really used to. You know, when he does the no-look passes and his crazy sidearm passes, and you know, he has great weapons around him with Tyreek Hill and everybody else out there. So I think, no, he's a great player. He's a unique type player, and obviously he gets results. So you know, preparing for him might be you might have to go in with a little bit more of a chip on your shoulder when you're going against a player like that. But you know, I think it's a little bit extreme to say that I'll fear going against another player.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.